Hi, I'm Aimee and welcome to this 35-minute audio Vinyasa yoga practice. I'm excited to offer you a 35-minute Vinyasa because there are days that I need 35 minutes. I don't always have 90 minutes. I don't always have 60. For a long time, when my two adult children were in their teens, I did practice several days a week, most often 90 minutes a day, maybe sometimes a 60-minute practice thrown in there, but my practice was very consistent. And there was a very big commitment to that discipline, and it's where I was at the time. And that's not where it's at for me anymore. I'm very busy. I'm teaching. I see clients. I do life coaching. I see clients for Reiki, body work, and I'm writing a book, and I have a toddler in addition to my two adult children. So I have to be really involved in my day, often for other people, but it's still so important for us to take care of ourselves. And I know that if you're busy in life, more than you would think, you need a little time for you. So let's get on it, because I know you got people waiting on you. Come into child's pose. Come into child's pose. Your knees are open wide. Your toes, big toes, touch behind you. And your arms rest out on the ground in front of you. I don't want your arms lifted off the floor. I want your elbows and upper arms to literally just sink down into the ground. That way you will take the action and the work out of your shoulders and neck. Just let everything relax. That's what child's pose is about. It's about rest. It's about collecting your bearings and finding your breath. So start by exhaling out. As you exhale out, allow yourself to visualize that you're letting go of just something, that's kept you a little tense, a little bit preoccupied from being able to be truly present. Perhaps it's going to let go of some of the weight on your shoulders. Every exhalation that you hand over today in this next half hour will be your ticket to energy. The rest of the day or evening will be your ticket to clarity, will be your ticket to an anchored, grounded calm within yourself. Take in a full breath. Empty it out to the very bottom of your lungs and press your forehead, down into the floor. Now your arms are going to stretch out in front of you. And you're going to push palms down into the ground, right up onto your hands and knees. Right away, you're going to dump your belly toward the floor and stick your chest and your buttocks up toward the ceiling. Your eyes can look up too. As you exhale, you press your chin down into your chest. You pull up the belly into the spine. Upper back rounds into the ceiling, tailbone toward the feet. Inhale, drop your belly. Chest and tailbone not just draw up, but they lengthen away from one another. Exhale, big rounding in your back like an angry cat. Notice if you push your hands and arms straight through the floor, that gives you that leverage in the upper back for more of a little stretch. We need it in that space. That's a tight space. Inhale, drop your belly. Exhale your way to downward dog. In your downward dog, you want to make sure more of the weight's in your legs as opposed to more weight in the arms. That's too much. It's too much for the arms. You want to really pull the hips and thighs back so more of your weight's in your legs. That will relieve some of that intensity or shaking in the upper body. Bend your knees because your hamstrings are tight. Bend your knees a little bit. Tilt your tailbone straight up to the ceiling. As you exhale, press your chest towards your front thighs, and your thighs and hips draw like they're drawing back to the wall behind you more. In breath, pick up both of your heels on your inhalation. As you exhale, both heels to the floor. In breath, heels up. This time, right knee bends, left heel presses straight down. Pick up both. Left knee bends, right heel down. Pick up both and walk up to your hands. Split your feet hip width apart. And take your hands, the outer edges of your hands, to your hip crease in front of you. And I want you to just press in and pull up. And let your upper body drape over your legs. Let your head fall. And just keep your hands on your hips and bend your knees a bit. Keep letting your head fall and rock your body weight forward a little more. You'll feel it in your toes. Bend your knees and push your heels into the ground and lift your tailbone up just slightly. Let your head shake out a little bit side to side. Let your hips sway side to side. Keep your hands on your hips and push like you're pushing your hips together with your hands. Hug in your belly. Come all the way up to stand. Feel your shoulders come up and around and down your back. Inhale, arms straight up in the air. And then lift your eyes to look up. Now push your feet straight through the floor. Bend your knees. Long breath coming through. Fold you in half. In breath, hands to the shin bones or maybe the knees. Push your hips back. Your knees are very bent. Push your hips back. Try to feel like you're trying to pull your chest and spine ahead. Exhale, one more fold. Drop your head all the way so the crown of your head starts to feel like it's getting pulled down to the floor. Push your feet into the ground. Arms go straight up. Exhale your arms down at your sides and to your low back. Pressing. Your feet are hip width apart. Press your hands into your low back and it pushes your hips and thighs forward. Pull your chest straight up and hug your elbows together and shoulder blades together behind you. Inhale, arms reach. Big exhalation. Bend your knees a lot, chest right into your thighs. Fold. Halfway lift. Inhale. Bring your palms fully to the floor, shoulder width apart. Step back into a plank position. Really quickly, look at your feet. Drive your heels to the wall behind them. Pick your thighs up off the floor. Squeeze that muscle. It's there. Activate it. Hug in your core. Activate that. Your shoulders are over your wrists, but you don't want your shoulders up near your ears. So take a peek really quick. Check in. Draw your shoulders down the back. Keep your core lifted. Eyes forward. Take a full breath in. Exhale, lower halfway, and pause. Inhale into an up-facing dog. Shoulders moving back. Open up your lungs. Show your heart a little bit more. Downward dog. Press back. Take a full inhale. Clear it all. Zip up your core. Pick up your heels. Bend your knees. Look with your gaze right between your hands. Your core and your leg strength is what flies you feet to your hands. Just try it out. It'll be fun. Lift halfway. Breathe in. Folding forward. Drop that head. Ground down through the feet. All the air is going out. The way out is through. Draw the breath in to get you to rise up to stand. And feel your thighs squeeze. So you're really solid in your low body. And from that strength in the low body, Allow the suppleness of the upper body to just drape over the thighs again. Fold forward. Lift halfway. Breathe in. Step back as you're exhaling to a plank position. Inhale, push up. Full breath. Look ahead. Exhale, rock forward. Move on the balls of your feet so your chest goes past your arms. Hug those elbows. Bend them right into your sides. Upward dog. Your chest lifts up. Your eyes look straight ahead and soften your gaze. Use your exhalation to pull yourself back to down dog. And really flush that air out of your lungs. So you have space to plumb another breath in. Extinguish it all in down dog. Zip up your core like you're zipping up a duffel bag or your jacket. Zip it. Core flies you forward, feet to hands. Halfway lift. Inhale. Folding. Out breath. Bend your knees and take your arms up over your head. And make room for your shoulders. Take cactus arms so your elbows are in line with your shoulders, maybe a tiny bit lower. Now push your arms and shoulders back. Feel like the back of your arms, shoulders, and hands are pushing against a wall. Tuck your tailbone down a bit. If you have to straighten your legs, this is fine. Straighten your legs a bit. Get that tailbone lengthened toward the floor. Sit your hips down a little more. You want to feel like your knees are pressing back. So more weights in your heels. Sit lower. Squeeze up your thighs and keep your jaw relaxed. Sit lower. Breathe in and breathe out with some power, but not with panic. Panic is not power, okay? Folding forward as you're exhaling. Halfway lift. Breathe it in. High plank. Breathe in. Low plank. Up facing. Draw the breath in. See something in front of you. Now your eyes stay on that spot. And then they drop off the wall. The eyes go make a straight line through the center of your mat back to down dog. Your eyes rest between your feet. You're going to take your right leg and inhale it up in the air. You're going to then sweep that right foot forward between your hands. You're going to glue your back foot into the ground. You're going to take your thumb to your right hip crease and you're going to pull it back. You're going to get aware of your back leg. You're going to squeeze up the leg and press down through the heel on the back foot. And that back leg has got to be really sturdy. And then you're going to bring yourself up to stand. Your hands are going to rest on your hips. Your tailbone is going to lengthen a bit, so feel free to straighten the front leg a little. Drop that tailbone down a little more. You're going to feel more pull in that left hip and your right, but you need that stretch. So do I. Arms go straight up. Your eyes look up. Your palms are going to spread apart. And your fingers spread wide. And your shoulders are coming back down on your back instead of up near your ears. Good. So take your shoulders off the ledge. Look straight ahead of you. Take in a full breath. Use your exhale to bend back. Take in a full breath. Use your exhale to get down to the floor. High plank. Breath in. Low plank. Empty out. Up facing. Breath in. Downward facing. Breath out. Left foot stepping forward. You're pushing your back foot flat, like you're gluing it into the floor, and you're squeezing up that back leg. You want your back leg to be like oak. You take your left thumb, you pull that hip crease back. And then you inhale, you come up. You take a look at your left knee. You want to make sure your knee is right over your ankle, right over your heel. You're going to push down through your front foot, and that's going to really firm up your front leg for you. You're going to look at your back foot. You're going to look at the outer edge of it. You're going to press it down like you're pushing it against the back wall. And you're going to feel how, boy, that back leg just it came into some real power. That power has always been with you. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You always had it in you, basically. Inhale, the arms go up. You make sure you draw your left hip back. You lengthen that tailbone down. Do you feel that pull in your right hip flexor? Because I do. Use your inhale. Notice how it takes your sides up. Notice how your exhale takes you back. Full breath in. Full breath out. Hands meet the floor. Inhale high. Clear it all as you rock forward low. Inhale up. Exhale. Thighs pull you right back into your down dog. You can still bend your knees a little bit. Draw your tailbone up. Let your head drop. Put your eyes between your feet. Take a breath in. Exhale it. Hug in your core. Pick up your heels. That lifts your hips higher. Bend the knees. Hop, feet to hands. Flat back, inhale. Folding forward, empty everything. Bend your knees, sit low, arms go up. Exhale, fold, chest right into your thighs. Halfway lift in. Out breath, step back, high plank, hug in the core, lift those thighs up. Rock forward, low. Up facing. Downward facing. Right foot's going to step forward between the hands. Glue the back foot down. Hug the back leg. Inhale, the arms come up. Exhale, let your upper body melt back. Remember, the power of your legs is allowing your upper body to feel supported, to safely relax and go into a back bend. Now find yourself into warrior two. Come back up. Turn your chest to the side wall. Put your eyes right over your right middle finger. Your arms are lengthened over your legs. Most likely your back arm's going to start getting droopy, right? Because we only focus on what we're focusing on in the front. But can you focus on your outside edge of your back foot? Can you squeeze your back arm? Can you nudge your right knee open? And can you feel your rib cage on the left side and your left hip pull toward the back wall a bit? Now reverse your warrior. Right arm goes straight up. Back hand can rest lightly on the back leg. Now I want you to take your right arm out in front of you while your right leg straightens. Reach out more. Get a lot of length in the spine. And then triangle. Maybe your back foot opens just a tiny bit away from you. Make a little more room in your hips, in the bowl of your pelvis, and in your heart. Let your arm stretch to the ceiling. Spin your heart to look up to your upper hand. Come back to warrior two. Reverse. Now extended side. Your right knee stays bent. Your right arm comes down on your front leg. Push your quad into your front arm. Lift out of your bottom shoulder. Your palm on the right hand faces the ceiling. Left arm can be up. Now draw your left arm straight over your head. Palm will face the floor. Fingertips got length. Your foundation is your back foot. So the outer edge of it, press into it and let everything stretch away from that space. We never get to stretch here. Now's your chance. Come back to warrior two. Straighten your right leg. Turn your right foot to face the left wall. So your feet are both facing left wall. Hands support your low back. Draw your tailbone down. Press your hips and thighs forward. Squeeze your shoulder blades into your back. Squeeze your arms toward each other. Open your chest and then fold in half. Your hands are going to slide down. You're catching your outer legs, outer lower legs, or maybe you grab the big toes. You fold forward. You let your head come all the way down. You let your head be below your heart. The outer edges of your feet are pressing. Your thighs are squeezing. You still need lower body power. Lower body oak tree. Envision that your lower body oak. And let your head drop. You'll get to be upright the rest of today. Just let go for now. Bring your hands to your hips. Get all your air out. Inhale very slow. Come up to stand. See one thing in front of you. Turn your right toes forward. And your back foot steps forward. Steps up and steps forward so your hips are square. Inhale, arms reach up. As you exhale, your fingertips come down to the floor on either side of the right foot. You inhale, you pull your chest up. You exhale over your front leg. Your knee can be bent. Squeeze your back leg though. Right hip draws back. Chest is right over the leg. Head lets go. Bring your hands to the floor. Step back, high plank. Exhale low. Upward facing. Downward facing dog. Your left foot steps forward into warrior one. You reach up. You bend back. You come back up. You find warrior two. Arms are over the legs. Remember the outside edge of your back foot and your back leg. Don't put all the work into the front leg. Press that left knee open. Keep remembering your shoulders are sitting over your hips. Your right lung, right rib cage, and right hip are spinning to the back wall. Your left knee is pressing open to the pinky toe edge of your front foot. Right hand comes down gently on your back leg. Reverse your warrior. Use your inhale to get all that awesome length through the side waist. Straighten your left leg. Move out into triangle. Both legs are firm. You affirm that. Your right arm goes up. Spin your heart up. Your eyes need to look up because your body will follow where your eyes are. Breathe in. Upper hand pulls you to stand. Back in a warrior two. Bend that left leg a little bit deeper. Squeeze that back arm. Reverse. Use your exhalation to come to extended side. Left arm at your front thigh. Right arm right over your head. Remember your back foot. Draw your your left buttock in toward the middle of your mat and just open your chest to the ceiling. Keep lengthening. Bend that left knee a little more. Press it open. Good. Come right back up. Turn your left foot to face forward, so now you're facing the right side of the room. Hands on your hips. You want to tap into your inner superhero here. Your hands are on your hips, your chest is open, your legs are strong, your eyes stay one place. Allow your favorite superhero, boy or girl, doesn't matter, to meet you and greet you and take you by your hand the rest of today. You want to be your own hero. Press your hips and thighs forward. Wrap your elbows and shoulders in. Chest lifts. Now fold in half. Keep your legs strong. Push your hips back. Let go. Let go of the head. Put your eyes on one spot. Remember the outer edges of your feet. If you press into them, you'll feel the power of your legs. will really just find you. I think you take a tiny action and something will find you. Let your head soften. Let the crown of your head start being pulled toward the floor. It'll really kind of iron out a kink in your mid-back and low back. Bring yourself straight up to stand as you exhale everything first, and then inhale your way up. Left foot faces forward. Back foot steps up. Your hips are square. You inhale your arms straight up. You exhale, fold right over your front leg. Fingers come to the floor. Pull your left hip back. And press your chest toward your left thigh. Head drops. Bring your hands forward. High plank. Low plank. Up facing. Downward facing dog. Take in a full breath. Take that breath out, all the way out. Walk slowly, feet to your hands. Come right up into tree. Your right foot is coming to your inner left ankle, the inner left calf, or your inner thigh. You may keep your hands on your hips and squeeze them together because it'll help keep you in midline. Your eyes are eye level. If your eyes look down, there's a tendency for the chest to press and the shoulders to round. You want shoulders open, shoulders back, chest is open, chest is lifted, left leg is strong. Now take your hands to your heart. Press that right knee open, right thigh open. Take your arms, palms together, right over your head. Move your arms back. Bring your hands to your heart. Take your foot to the floor. Switch sides, but before you switch sides, just give a little shake out of that left leg. And then take it in. Take it into your inner ankle, the inner calf shin, or the thigh. You want to lengthen your tailbone down towards your bottom heel. And then your hands stay on the hips for a moment. Your eyes are where? They're eye level. You're breathing with me. I'm exhaling with you. You're breathing in. You're breathing out. Your breathing isn't rushed. And it's that streamline of an inhale and a streamline of an exhalation that fully gets to extinguish, that will bring you more mental balance, and therefore emotional balance. The two are hand in hand. They're siblings. More relaxed in mind, feel more relaxed emotionally. Then you feel better in your body. See, you think balance is all about the physical, and it's important because, as they say in Game of Thrones, winter is coming. And you want balance when you're walking on the ice. You want strength in the legs. You want strength in the core. But to have balance on the inside and the out, that's your greatest power. Bring your foot to the floor. Oh, before you bring it to the floor, take any other variation. Hands to the heart. Take your arms straight up. Your eyes are eye level. And you're just chill with me. And I'm just chill with you. Bring your hands down. Bring your foot down. Bend your knees. Inhale your arms straight up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Bend your knees a lot. Take your left arm across your thighs. Turn your lungs to the right side of the room. Right arm goes up. You want to take the right arm a little bit lower so the shoulder can be a little more on the back where it belongs. The practice just helps us stay where we belong or relocate where we belong. Release. Split your feet hip width apart. Grab your big toes with your peace fingers and thumbs. Bend your knees. Pull your spine out by pushing your butt back. Your spine lengthens away from it. Fold. Your head drops and your knees are allowed to be very bent. In fact, your chest can be right over your thighs or on them. Keep letting the crown of your head drop. Exhale. Hands on the hips, come on back up halfway. Bend your knees, sweep the arms straight up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway up. Bend your knees, sink your hips, right arm across your both thighs. And turn your torso to the left wall. Open up the upper arm. Slide it down your back. And exhale as you twist. Release. Bring your hands to your hips. Bring yourself up. Tailbone drops. Inhale, both arms go up. Empty your breath. Fold forward. Halfway, lift in. Out breath, move through. Go ahead. High plank. Low plank. Upward. Downward. Bring your knees to the floor. Pad up your front edge of your mat a little bit. Then your knees go on top of it. You have extra cushion. Your tailbone drops down. Your knees and feet are hip width apart. Camel. Hips press forward. Hands support your low back. Support your low back with the hands. Let your chest lift up. Then let the exhale soften you into a back bend. You don't have to go too far back. You just want to create some opening in your chest. Come on back up. Have a seat on your butt. And bring your legs out in front of you. Straddle your legs apart. Inhale, arms reach. As you exhale, push your hips back like you're pushing them to the back wall. As you take your arms forward and your chest toward the floor. No worries about how far you're going down. It's not the point. Bend your knees as much as you like. Push out, though, through the ball and heel of your foot. Let your chin tuck into your chest and soften. Walk your hands back up. Make your way out onto your back. On your back, hug your knees to your chest. Open your knees apart, outside your torso, outside your ribs, a lot. Soles of your feet face the ceiling for dead bug. Grab the outer edges of your feet. Every exhalation is what's going to draw your legs and soften them more toward the floor. You're not forcing, you're not yanking. Let it happen on its own organically. Remember, you're opening up a very vulnerable area. And so if you're really tight, you don't need to, go all out. I mean, if you're really tight in your groin, your inner thighs, then your pelvic floor is very tight, very tense. And you want to let your exhales soften some of that intense tension. Because it's not just the pose that will do it. You need the pose with the exhalation. And then a gentle inhalation. And every time you exhale, you draw the legs down just a tiny bit more. Bring your self to rock side to side. Bring your knees together. Take your knees over to the right. Press your chin into the left shoulder. Bring your knees back up. Exhale your knees over to the left. Knees and legs and feet together. Press your chin into your right shoulder. Right arm is stretched out. Palm is up. Bring your knees into your chest. And as you draw your knees towards your chest, extinguish your exhalation completely. Flex your feet. Bring your feet to the floor, hip width apart. Take your right ankle, cross it over your left. Use your right hand to gently press your thigh and knee away from you. Uncross. Left leg press or place that on your right thigh. Left toes are pulled back. Left palm is on your left inner leg, inner thigh. Press the thigh and left knee a little bit away. You'll feel a great stretch through that hip crease. You'll feel this in your outer hip. Every exhalation you hand over, I said it in the beginning, will relax you deeply and therefore release musculature more truly. Rather than just going through the motions, legs stretch out on the floor. Legs are apart just enough so your pelvis has some breathing room. Arms are down at your sides, and the arms are opening up away from your hips. So there's the right space, the right gap, so your shoulders can land. The back of your head's going to press a little bit into the floor. I'm focusing on your eyes, and I'm telling your eyes, I want you to relax. Tension around the eyes, I want you to soften it by mentally giving your eyes permission to relax. Your forehead, I'm telling you to soften it. As you relax these two big areas of the face, the jaw, deserves to relax too. So mentally tell your jaw, just relax. Allow your scalp to receive the message. It's okay to relax. Notice what you feel coming over you. As your body is relaxed, your breath becomes more fluid. As your breath is more smooth and fluid, you're more relaxed in mind. As you're more relaxed in mind, emotionally, you'll feel instantly better. Place your palms on your front thighs, palms down. It's almost like you're pressing your legs into the floor, your hips into the floor, your buttocks. So that you remind yourself to be grounded the rest of today or evening. Stay here as long as you have the time for. I send you my love and my support. Have a wonderful day or evening. Namaste.